Hello, ladies and gentlemen, all those in between, and all those cosmic abominations that Scarlet talks to at night.
Hey, I'm sick of you stealing my shtick, motherfucker.
I just can't stand your voice, man. I just don't want to listen to it.
I
I'm
mean,
just
I
kidding.
can't either. That doesn't give you the right to take my thing. It's my
Jesus.
thing.
Well, I liked it, so I'm using it.
Well, I'm commenting and subscribing.
That's a great
And I
segue,
want it
Scarlet.
back.
I think everyone else should like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for future episodes. Anyway, moving
By ringing the
on.
bell. So you get notifications every time we upload an episode.
Someone please kill me. I just want to swing from a dramatic tree right now.
I'm already dead inside. By the way, I'm
Hello,
Daniel,
everyone.
and that lovely lady is Scarlet.
Don't call me a lovely lady. I'm a train
Okay,
wreck.
that
and I accept
horrible
that.
bitch Scarlet.
There we go.
That old
sounds right.
bitch. Some old bitch.
Rancid cunt Scarlet. Fuck this twat. Nobody fucking likes her anyways. I know, I sure as fuck don't. Oh, what am I doing?
But, I'm David.
Can we,
And welcome to quite a colorful first, 2 minutes of the Forsaken broadcast. Today,
I don't care anymore.
today we don't care anymore. And we're going to be talking about Pokemon and theme teams. And what a theme team is. Thanks for asking, Daniel. Our theme team is a team of Pokemon. It doesn't have to be 6, because anyone that knows how to play Pokemon knows that you can only carry up to 6 Pokemon. It doesn't have to be 6 Pokemon exactly, but the team that you use either competitively or that you enjoy using to fight with or travel with, or do your gym challenge, whatever. The team is based off a specific theme, hence the name. So if you
Okay.
want to be like a Beastmaster, you would use Pokemon that are more based off real-life Pokemon, so like a snake, an
You
owl,
mean
a
real
hawk.
life animals?
Is that what, I didn't say that, did I?
No, you didn't. You
Okay.
said Pokemon that are based off of real life Pokemon.
Well, a man can dream, god damn it. Um,
What a fucking disaster this is already.
yeah, we're starting off real strong.
Oh, shit.
But what I meant to say was what Scarlet said, and that it's based off real animals. And I almost said real Pokemon again. And and
alright.
so you're using you would be like what a ranger is, or like what a druid is. Like you have an animal following at your team. You're a beastmaster of sorts. Or it could be deciding to use only specific types. Maybe like only fire types, or only Pokemon with the fire type. So you could have like a fire steel type, a fire ground type, a fire psychic type, yada yada yada. To start, I guess we will go with Scarlet. I know you led us on the horror episode, but I know Pokemon is also one of your deepest desires.
I
So,
love Pokemon so vastly.
so I figure
Oh.
we'll start with you as well.
Yeah. I'll start by going with, I, once upon a time in my youth, dabbled in the competitive scene of Pokemon, and that was back in Gen 2. And I generally revolve around the more passive and defensive play style. And I'm trying to remember. I think, because I definitely had Shuckle as one of my Pokemon on my team. Wobbuffet, Scizor,
Ah, I'm stuck.
Skarmory, Venusaur, and Meganium, I think was my team, if I recall correctly. And, the theme of that team was stall and, like, forcing battles of attrition through different means. Like, Skarmory, was a spike setter. Venusaur revolved around the combination of Leech Seed and Toxic. Wobbuffet did Wobbuffet things.
Yes, they do.
Shuckle, I believe the way I had Shuckle set up is it had Toxic, Wrap, and there was two other moves that it had, but just Shuckle being Shuckle.
Shuckle Boy being
Like,
Shuckle
just
Boy.
using nothing but, like, percentage health whittles while I'm just sitting there as a fucking brick. Meganium, I revolved around using Light Screen and Reflect to build team defense. Scizor, I think, was my wall breaker. Like, whenever I needed an extra punch. I know Scizor was always fucking awesome because of his high natural defenses and capability of learning Swords Dance and then throwing out Metal Claws.
Oh, yeah. Because doesn't Metal Claw raise your attack? Like, it has a chance?
It has a chance to raise your attack, yes. So what I would do with Scizor is, okay, now I need to break some walls, or we've come to a point in the battle of attrition where I need to start pushing the offensive. So pop them out, turn 1 Swords Dance, turn 2 Metal Claw, and there's, I think, a 35% chance that would get my attack bumped up to +3.
Okay.
So having half max raised attack on a Scizor with a stab attack was pretty tasty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that was like one of my most resoundingly successful theme teams, just because instead of revolving around like a single type or like type of Pokemon, like animals or ghosts or witchy things, like it just revolved around the concept of these are Pokemon that are capable of stall tactics, but all of them through different means.
Yeah, I mean,
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, what's different with you is that you went for a more competitive route.
Yeah.
So you went and looked at Pokemon that were like, these are the top tier stallers. Because I know there's like different classes of competitive Pokemon. You have like the
Yeah.
stallers, the wallers. I know there's like different ones. I don't know all their names, but you have
There's
like
stall Pokemon wall breakers, you have glass cannons, you have mages, like you have all kinds of shit.
yeah, there's Pokemon that fit in certain categories because that's the role that they fill on your
Yeah.
team.
And then there's also like OU, UU, like overused, underused, never used, things like that.
Right. Whereas someone like me and probably Dan, we never really look at that stuff.
Yeah.
I've never looked at that stuff. But I do ask you about it pretty regularly.
That's true. Like you'll bring up like, oh, how is this Pokemon? And then like, oh man, this is where they sit on a professional level. Like, because I don't play professionally anymore, but I still monitor the like scene. I like watching competitive battles.
Yeah.
Like I really get into all that jazz. I really do.
Does it get a lot more interesting with like every new generation? Because I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
with literally hundreds of new Pokemon that get entered into the new generations, I'm sure the competitive scene has to like keep constantly updating like which Pokemon are the strongest, which ones are best used for defenders. So I'm sure
I
it's
think-
like, constantly changing.
I think my favorite moment of that, like, watching, alright, so this is a new generation, these are new competitive matches, like, oh, so what are the cool things that I'm going to see players doing now? And I think one of my favorites was in Sun and Moon. I was watching a match where somebody threw a mega pincer, and fucking it turned out to be just an absolute monster of a fucking wall breaker because of its speed. And one of the most dangerous things about it is it has an ability where all normal type attacks that it deals become flying type. And it's called like Aerialize or something like that. I can't remember. But what makes that so dangerous is a lot of Pinsir's strongest moves are normal type, and Mega Pinsir gains the flying type, so its normal type moves, which were already dangerous, now get flying type, meaning they get stab bonus. So that's an extra, I think, like 25% damage because the type matches. So, you're getting, I'm trying to remember the fucking move. It's a fucking monstrous normal type move that Pinsir gets at like level 50, 60, something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's not like
It's not Hyper
guillotine,
Beam,
is
is
it?
No, it's not like guillotine. You both talked, all I heard was guillotine.
Not Hyper Beam.
No, Hyper Beam's terrible
Yeah.
for Pinsir.
Because
Because
Pincer's
Hyper Beam
attack.
is a special... Yeah, Pinsir is raw physical attack, and Hyper Beam is a special attack move. But I actually do think it might be Giga Impact, which is the physical version of that, now that you mentioned it, because Giga Impact plus Stab, because normally the only things that can make use of that would be normal types, so like your big competitive breadwinner that would use Giga Impact would be Snorlax.
Right.
But I think Mega Pinsir was able to use... I don't think it was that move that it used that, like, wowed me during the fight that popped up, but, you know. Nice.
Yep. I just leveled up the thing reborn too.
Fuck yeah, the thing reborn, I love that. I've rambled on enough about Pokemon. I'm doing it again. Danny, what about you? What, like, when it comes to Pokemon themes, what would thrill you?
Wow, just totally skip over me. Thanks a lot.
I'm saving you for last, baby, because I know you got some interesting... Like, you and I talk about themes all the time, so I know
Oh,
you
yeah.
got some interesting
Oh,
shit
I'm way
in
more
your
interesting than Dan.
Jeez, alright. Way to throw me under the bus.
So, we're
Or
waiting
way to
for
throw
you.
me under the giant Snorlax that's flying through the air about to crush me. Alright, cool. No, to be honest, I never really thought about themes for my battles. Every time I would play a game, I would try to pick like a myriad of like different types and different Pokemon to use. You know,
I
I would
mean,
love.
that is a theme. That is a type coverage theme.
That's basically what an
Okay.
ace trainer is.
Yeah.
Okay, I never knew about that. I didn't know that was actually a thing. I've always tried to use like one Pokemon have like a fire type. Like back in Gen 2, I always used Tyranitar because it can know so many different types of moves if you wanted to. You know, it can
I
know
mean, it's a
Surf.
pseudo
It can know-
legendary.
Yeah. We also use like I used Ampharos too because it can know like Power Gem, and that's a really really powerful
It
rock.
didn't have that move back then, though. Like in Gen 2, it does. It does now, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, he might
They've
he might be
given
talking about
Ampharos.
like Soul Silver and Heart Gold.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true
That was-
too. Yeah.
That was the first game I actually completed the Pokédex, like both the regional and like the national Pokédex. So I was very happy about that.
Okay.
So yeah, Ampharos was always number one. I thought he looked pretty cool, but just I've always loved having like at least one electric Pokemon on my team because I've always thought the electric type was probably one of the strongest types because it only has one weakness, and that's ground. So
True. Spider
I've
Demon
always
isn't
felt-
here.
Huh.
I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure that platform is a lot like the one for what's-a-majigger.
Ow, can't climb that. Don't.
Oh no, you can't. Ow.
Fuck.
Oh my god, that hurt.
Yeah, that hurt.
Yep, that really hurt.
We could probably lure a spider down here.
Oh, you think we need to sacrifice a spider?
I think we need to sacrifice something on this platform.
Okay, we could try to do that. Yeah.
Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna have Aranis stand here. Okay, I can't have Aranis stand here. Can one of you guys have your follower not, like, follow them?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Honestly, what I'll do is I'll try to get a bunch of spiders and just run.
Okay, and then just bring them all back?
Right.
Daniel, don't follow. Daniel, don't follow.
Don't follow, Dan.
Okay.
Stay with Scar.
Because we're trying to lure spiders back so we can try killing them on this platform.
Got it.
Ah, shit. Man, I got crippled. This sucks.
Anyways, Danny, what about your teams and for us?
Oh yeah, no. I've always tried to use different types, and I never really cared if they looked like real life animals or not. I just felt like whatever I felt was best against whatever I was using, you know. So I've always liked to make sure I have at least a fire type move, a water type move, electric, grass,
so you
and
go
ground.
for offensive type coverage.
Yeah, I was more on the offensive side of things.
Okay.
I'm trying to get better into more of like a defensive side, but I think
It's hard
they're
to
still
adopt
learning.
that. It's honestly hard to adopt a defensive playstyle if you're normally aggressive.
It really is. So
Yeah.
that's the uninteresting part for me. David, back to interesting.
Really? You're done? That's it?
I didn't really, I never really thought about, that, because I've always I tried to adapt to whatever new Pokemon were there, and so I've always been kind of an age trainer. I
What's
didn't
the
have really
spider?
much effort.
First of all, the spiders don't follow me down here. They won't follow me. They stop. Second of all, well, what if you wanted to do... Okay, let me ask you this. If you could choose two types, and like I said, it doesn't have to be just those two types. It could be like let me just give an example. If you want a electric rock team,
Ooh.
all the Pokemon on your team would have to have at least electric or rock. And or rock, I guess. So it doesn't have to be just electric or rocks. It could be an electric poison, a rock ground, a electric water, a rock steel. Like it could be a slew of Pokemon that have at least one of the types that you want to make the team out of. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. Yeah. For sure, I would love electric types. I don't know what it is about electric, but that's always been one that's always intrigued me. And I think it's just because they're just so powerful, and they always have a chance to paralyze your opponent, and it's yes, that can give me an offensive advantage. So electric types, definitely. And I guess fire too,
So
which is
electric
weird
fire?
because I'm usually electric fire, which is weird because I love water too. But I've honestly,
Question.
yeah.
Sorry, this is Conan related. Is it possible to build a cudgel while not requiring a workbench? Like one of the ones that you can like take thralls with.
Yes.
Can you build... If we went outside this way, killed the spiders along the way, took a thrall and dragged him in here, do you think we could do that?
Maybe. Dan, you keep talking about Pokemon. I'm going to look up to see.
Okay, that's actually a better idea. Like, the center platform, if you look, there's like a seam, and you can see below that there's like... Here, while David's looking that up, Daniel, come here. Come look at this. Where are you going?
I thought I was going the same way you were.
No, I am at the center of the room, trying to show you the seam of the circle.
I don't know what's going on with me today.
Okay. Oh, that's not a thing. Hold on. Sure. Alright,
Excuses,
so,
everyone.
if you look at the center platform,
Yep.
you can tell that, like, the center is kind of off color from the outer ring, and if you look at the, like, line where it's separated, you can actually see below it, like, there's, like...
There is something down there.
You see it?
Yeah, there is something down there.
Yeah, so something happens with this right here.
Yep.
Anyways, continue with your Pokemon team stuff.
Alright. I mean, I thought about electric ground, too. Because ground... A lot of Pokemon can know ground moves. Like, and one of my favorite Pokemon has always been Mudkip, Marshtomp, and Swampert. So, like, that whole evolutionary line. Because I've always thought that was very unique for a starter. And I've thought about, like, well, there's already Wooper and Quagsire, but I don't know. I just never got into them. Maybe it's the fact that, for me, I've almost never been able to get Earthquake until much, much later with them. But with Swampert, it seems like you get the ground moves, the really good ones, a lot sooner. Like Bulldoze. So I've always been attracted to that. And maybe it's also because it's a starter. And for a starter, a water ground was pretty fucking cool. I just think he's cute too. You know, the little guys. You see those like bright orange cheeks, it's like, oh, I think you look cute. So, yeah, I said electric fire. Now it's like electric ground. Sounds kind of cool too.
All right.
Yeah, I'd be terrible and try to pick a team.
If you were to do an electric ground team, I would call you Team Leyline.
Oh
Team
my god.
Leyline.
That'd be awesome.
I like coming up with names for teams, especially if they're based off types. And as soon as I can figure out how to get the Spider Demon, I'm sorry everyone. Typically the Spider Demon spawns.
Okay.
They said there should be like an altar or something we need to talk to. And then it'll spawn? I don't know. That's what somebody said.
Yeah.
We can check out this cave, maybe find something within this cave, and then maybe it'll spawn? I don't know.
Apparently this circle is a summoning circle.
Yeah, I saw
So
that
you have to do something here.
I saw that it said something about a summoning circle, and that's why I think
Yeah.
somebody said
There used to be a giant spider in the summoning circle, but it was replaced by a demon spider. And then there's even a thing where it says gallery summoning circle where the demon spider is, but nothing is telling me about what to do about the summoning circle. Oh shit!
What happened?
No,
What?
that's... No, fucking get out of my way! Hold on. I'm actually getting a press square to interact over here.
Oh, maybe it's the chest.
I think it's the two chests. If my fucking follower won't get out of my goddamn way, though, I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
That would be something for the podcast now, wouldn't
Because
it?
he's like
Yeah.
a itty bitty...
Oh.
Fuck!
The fuck?
There has to be something that we're missing here. Hold on.
You know the good thing about the fact that this is all going on during a Pokemon conversation?
Hmm.
Is that we can literally keep talking about Pokemon for as long as we want. And as many episodes as we want. Because Pokemon's always been something that we've all have had in our childhoods.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Not gonna lie, like, Pokemon was one of the things in my childhood that helped me, like, get through. Like, shit sucked when I was little. And if there's anything in the fucking universe that helped me survive the bullshit, it was fucking Pokemon, and that's no exaggeration. So, Nintendo and Game Freak, you literally saved my little fucking life when I was a pup. And I'll always appreciate you for that.
Game Freak.
I hate everything about this right now.
I don't see any altar at all.
The thing in the center is the altar. This is the altar, right here, what I'm standing on. This is the altar.
And you're trying to interact with it?
There's something, obviously something we could... I just fell through the map!
Well... That's what
I
you
died.
get.
This episode's going unbelievably well.
This episode is brought to you by death.
Sounds about right.
David.
What the fuck is happening?
You're spawning next to me.
David, how about you tell us about your team?
Well, I will say that I used to be more like you, Dan. I would basically just build my Pokemon team as an ace trainer. I would try to have type coverage. I'm also a vain bitch, so I try to pick the Pokemon that I think look cool. Like if a Pokemon looks like a fucking dork, I'm not choosing it. Even if it's like one of the strongest ones, like Shuckle or Wobbuffet or something.
Quagsire.
Quagsire I'll make an exception for. I actually think Quagsire is pretty cute. But I would say I was more of an ace trainer. I would always do the type coverage. I would always try to pick I would always have like a psychic because I always thought psychic Pokemon were cool. I would always have a fire because that was usually always my starter. I would usually always have a ground type just because I know how strong they are. So that was usually what my basic teams were. But I had an idea whenever I first had the idea of theme teams whenever I picked up Pokemon Sun. And I think this I might have always thought about it, but I don't think it was possible back in the day just because certain types of Pokemon were very limited, so to have a 6-man team of these types was nigh impossible.
Like ice.
Yeah, like ice.
Yeah.
The Spider Demon's here.
Fuck yeah.
But
Fuck yeah. I was coming back down because I read that sometimes it just takes a while to spawn in. That's all it is.
Where is your follower, Scarlet?
My follower? She's right here. She's right behind me.
Oh,
She's right here.
Alright, you guys ready?
Oh yeah.
Yep, let's do this.
Alright, let's do it. So I didn't have the idea until Pokemon Sun, because at that point there was just so many different types of Pokemon, and I was like, I might be able to make a specific team of Pokemon now. Oh boy, I am stuck. I cannot move at all. God, I can't move at all. Well, I guess I'm here. So what I did is I took fire. I was like one of my all-time favorite Pokemon types was fire at the time. And I started recently getting into poison types. And so I was like, I'm going to make a fire poison type. And like I came up with the team Blightburn. And my team, the only Pokemon I made an exception for was Zangoose. And that's only because Zangoose is my favorite special boy. I could always fit Zangoose on a team because he just kicks a lot of ass. And excuse me, I'm gonna take a drink of water. And my team, I'm pretty sure, was Incineroar. Oh yeah, good job everybody.
Hell yeah.
Incineroar, Zangoose, Arcanine, not Galarian, Alolan Muck.
I got its head.
Nice.
Where you guys
Wheezing.
are the key.
What's that?
Here, I'm right behind you so you can have the key.
Oh, okay.
Here you go.
How many Pokemon was that? I lost count.
That was 3, because you
Try this
said...
mini chest over here.
I just got a shield.
That's it?
This requires a colored crystal. Okay.
Colored crystal?
So it said.
Alright.
Yeah. Alright, let's head back to base.
Fuck it.
You said Zangoose, you said Incineroar, Arcanine, and the Alolan Muck. So 4.
Alolan Muck, Wheezing, and who's my last boy? Who's my last one? I can't think of the last Pokemon right now. I think it was either Salazzle.
I think it was Salazzle.
I'm pretty sure it was Salazzle.
You replaced Salazzle, though.
I did. I replaced
Because
Salazzle, and
She was very...
she was too
Yeah.
glass cannony. She was too
Yeah.
fragile. And that was the only problem I had with Salazzle. Like, she's strong AF. Like, if she hits really hard. But the fact that I need to be able to hit, so if somebody hit her first, is either knocking her out or she was about to be knocked out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what the other Pokemon was. I can't remember if it was another fire type or another poison type.
I think it was another poison type.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It was
I'm trying to remember it, too.
It was Zangoose, Arcanine, Incineroar, Galarian. Oh, Magmortar! It was Magmortar.
That's it.
It was a fire type. So that was my Blightburn team. And Alolan Muck and Wheezing, they were so good. Like, my Alolan Muck, when I went to go face off the Elite Four, the fly Pokemon trainer, she's totally fly, yo. She was a
She's like a
golfer.
golfer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I thought was so weird. I was like, okay.
It was cool, though.
That was
It was
cool.
interesting. It was a different concept.
It was different, for sure. She could not get past my Muck. Because I usually led with Muck. Either Muck or Wheezing.
Alolan Muck is fucking
Oh, yeah.
really powerful.
Poison Dark. Whew. But I led with the Muck, and she could not get past the Muck. I beat all her Pokemon with just Muck. It was crazy. I was like, I can't even believe... Like, when it got to the last two, I was just like, am I seriously gonna just one-man team this Elite Four member?
Did you do anything that, like, you poisoned the team, like, right off the bat? Like, did you
absolutely.
do something like,
Well, yeah,
like
you're
toxic
using
spikes?
a poison type.
I had...
Well, I was gonna say, like, did you put something like toxic spikes, where no matter what, the next Pokemon will get poisoned right off the bat?
I did not do toxic spikes. I think I had Poison Fang, which would badly poison. I had Toxic. I had Venoshock. and Infestation.
Oh,
Ugh.
fuck.
Yeah.
So you were getting that toxic proc plus infestation
No.
to make
I'm sorry. I did not have Toxic. I had Poison Fang, Infestation. What was the other one I said? Poison Fang, Infestation, Venoshock, and Acid Armor. So what I
Oh,
would do is I would ramp up his armor right at the beginning. Like, this is how I beat her. The first 3 turns was that to get my armor maxed out, and then um, I did Poison Fang, and almost every time I would badly poison. And I also had what did I have? I think a Shell Bell on him. So every time I hit, I would heal.
No, nice.
So and all my moves were hits. Like all of them were well, besides Acid Armor. All my other attacks were offensive. So I would just cycle through those attacks. I would just keep my health sustained. My armor was super high. I had Infestation and Toxic with Venoshock just constantly. And it would just wiped out her team. There was nothing she could do. It was crazy.
that's awesome.
That was probably well, I mean, that was really my only theme. Well, I tried a Beastmaster team too, and that was fun. That was more fun than it was like, like I feel like my Blightburn was like, this is such an offensive team. Like, good luck to people that fight me. Like, they're gonna have a hell of a time keeping their health up.
Yeah.
But my Beastmaster team was just fun. I felt like I was calling like different pets into like, I mean, that's literally what Pokemon is, but it just felt different. It felt like a different theme for me. I wasn't thinking of it as like monsters and stuff like that. I was like a Beastmaster calling in my animal friends and my animal companions.
Yeah, you're pretty much playing as a Pokemon Ranger.
Yes, exactly. And it was super fun. Like I had like
role playing one of the like class archetypes for the enemies is always really fun.
It is. I had a lot of fun with the Beastmaster.
Shit.
Ouch. My legs. My legs. My legs. I had a lot of fun as the Beastmaster, and right now in Pokemon Shield, I'm making a Mind Rot team, which is a Psychic Poison team. Yeah, and right now I'm still trying to figure out what I want it to be, or rather, what I want the members to be. I think I sent you, Scarth Vader, what my team members were, but then they've changed. I changed a couple of them out. Like right now, today I was breeding for Budu for a Rosa raid.
Right.
And then I finally got the Budu I wanted, and then I'm starting to breed Mr. Rhyme. Or is it Mr. Rhyme?
Mr. Rhyme?
Mr. Rhyme?
Yeah.
It's the evolved form of Mr. Mime.
There's an evolved... Oh my god.
It's
I haven't gotten that far in Sword and Shield, so that's like... I thought you were just making a joke.
No. It's Mr.
No, it's
Rhyme.
Ice and Psychic. It's Mr. Mime because Galarian Mr. Mime is Ice and Psychic, and he has an evolved form. Just like Linyu has an evolved form now too.
Yeah,
and that's
Obstagoon.
Is he the one that like looks like he's dancing
the
whole time?
He's like tap dancing.
He looks like he's tap dancing.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man, dude, I fucking need him. Just so I can have Mr. Rhyme on my team.
What the fuck is going on? Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm almost dead.
There's a lot of things going on right now.
I kept getting knocked over.
Oh.
Like I couldn't do anything because I kept getting put on the ground.
That's annoying.
There's a lot of stuff going on this episode. Both for good and bad.
There is a Pokemon theme that I want to do. And I want to make a team that revolves around... God fucking... Oh!
Where are you?
I'm still at the fucking Dafari camp.
Wow, what's going on?
I'm getting attacked, obviously.
There's enemies?
There's no problem, I took care of it. Yes, there was enemies.
Oh.
No, I'm getting attacked by the fucking air, David. Yes, there's enemies.
Well, some would argue that trees are actually emitting carbon dioxide, emitting
David.
oxygen to
David.
slowly kill us.
David.
So that way we would become
I
fertilizer
will actually
for
fucking
them
punch you
to grow.
squarely in your
So-
genitals.
You could say that you were being attacked by the air.
David. You're making me angry. And when I get angry, I get horny.
Oh boy.
And you're gonna force me
Okay.
to have sex with you.
Yes.
Anyway,
Shut up, Danny. I'll have sex with you too. Shut your fucking mouth.
I'll have sex with you, Danny. Anyway.
so yeah. Anyway,
Back
what's
to
this other
Pokemon.
team try? Yeah.
Back to Pokemon. The type of team. What the fuck is happening?
Air. Hey,
I
a
got a
rock.
corrupted alligator right now.
Oh. Yeah, that's a problem. There. I shot it once and it died. Wasn't that bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry, but I also commend you for sticking with us this long. We were not expecting to have
I'm bleeding.
just an absolute fustercluck of a time here.
I mean, whatever.
This is what Pokemon does to us.
Whatever. Anyways, I want to make a team that revolves around the concept of the sleep status effect. Because I'm
Ooh.
finding I quite enjoy that. And, like, not revolving around a specific type, because I was thinking, like, some of the ones that I planned on having on the potential list would be Noctowl, Musharna, Snorlax, Hypno, Butterfree, Venusaur. I think I can fit Venusaur on any goddamn team I try to make. I love Venusaur.
He's always been a good Pokemon.
He's always
Since
been my
day one.
favorite. Like, the Bulbasaur line is my favorite line, period.
Boo.
Oh yeah.
Fuck you!
No, I actually really,
Guardian,
I
the
actually
best
really
starter.
like Bulbasaur. I really like their line. I wish the Bulbasaur line got more love. Cause like every fucking Pokemon game seems to introduce a new form of Charizard. So
Well, here's something cool. Alright, so in
not
the...
interested.
What?
Go ahead.
So, in the Pokemon Sword and Shield data, alright?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So, there's been experiments done with hacking Pokemon in.
Okay.
So, two of the compared Pokemon was Darkrai and Bulbasaur.
Okay.
So somebody tried to splice in Darkrai into Pokemon Sword and Shield. And what happened is the actual sprite for Darkrai does not exist in the game data, so it makes it a Pikachu. And because Darkrai also doesn't exist, its stat allocation doesn't exist. So even at level 100, it has a base stat bracket of a level 1 Pikachu. A different Pokemon, Bulbasaur, its sprite does exist in the game. Meaning that even though you can't technically get a Bulbasaur through legitimate means in the game yet, they do plan on making it possible for Pokemon like Bulbasaur to be acquired in the game. So there's been some concept floating around. I can't get up and I'm just grinding against spikes. Go up, guys. So there's been an idea going around that, like, alright, so Charizard, yeah, it's in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and it has a Gigantamax, but some people are thinking that, like, there's also other starters that are going to be included later on, because on the medium like Switch, updates can be made. And yeah, the complete Pokédex isn't a thing yet, but you can do updates. That's a thing that can happen. So
Yeah,
a
that'd
lot
be
of
really
people
cool.
So a lot of people were thinking, hey, the possibility of like a Gigantamax, Bulbas, or Venusaur and Blastoise could also be a thing, or it could even extend as far as like, because Gen 2 starters have seen zero fucking love, like none,
Oh yeah.
and I would fucking love to see a Gigantamax, Typhlosion, Meganium, and Feraligatr.
I
Oh,
would love to
definitely. I would
see.
love this for alligator.
I would love to see for alligator.
Yeah, I, I'm honestly, um, as much as I love grass types and Meganium was part of one of my tournament teams, I would love to see Typhlosion get some more love. It's a fire type that I genuinely like, but it just has nothing that makes it really stand out, and I think that's a goddamn shame.
Oh yeah, aesthetically Typhlosion's cool.
Fuck yeah.
But mechanically he is caca-poo-poo.
Yeah, and mechanically, like, he's not bad. He's not bad. But he's not good. Like, he doesn't do anything that makes him stand out as a fire-type competitor. Like, his biggest draw in Gen 2 was the fact that he was mono fire.
Yeah. I was thinking about if they made him a dual type. Like, what do you think of like a fire
No,
dart?
don't. No, here's the thing. Like, you don't. Adding types is not always a good thing, because that also means more weaknesses. I don't want an additional type. I want, like, an increase. I want, like, a stat bump. Or I want a fucking increase in its, like, move pool, or something like that. Like, it deserves some kind of genuine love. Not just like, oh, slap a new type on it, or give it a new form and call it quits. Not, no, fucking fix its stat. Like, because it's an okay hybrid attacker. Like, make it commit to something, or something along those lines. You know what I mean?
Or what
Yeah.
would be really cool is if they introduced a new regional variant of it.
Yeah. The new regional variants of all of, like, maybe Gen 2 starters.
Yeah.
Because they've seen zero love since their inception in Gen 2. Like, they have seen nothing.
Yeah.
And, like, Feraligatr, like, all of them are awesome. I would love to see, like, a regional variant starter. They haven't done anything like that yet. And
Yeah,
I
which would be
absolutely love
really
to see
cool. That would be
that. Yeah,
really
it would be
awesome.
fucking dope. It would be so dope. Like a regional variant Typhlosion, Meganium, and Feraligatr. That would be fucking choice.
Yeah, I would like to see regional variants of a lot of different Pokemon. Like, a lot of the different starters. Like, because I also feel the same way about the Diamond and Pearl starters. They just,
Monfernape, Torterra, and Empoleon.
yeah, because I really like Torterra.
I did
Actually,
too.
I liked all three of them.
Yeah, they were really good.
Yeah, but they
That
don't.
was just a really good generation.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the
Empoleon.
Implement. Yeah, that was a brand new like a water steel. That was
Oh,
pretty unique.
yeah.
That's pretty new. So I fell in love with him.
Yeah.
I mean, firefighting isn't, but grass and ground is an interesting duo typing too.
Mm-hmm.
Only downside is all you gotta really do use an ice type, and that's 4 times the damage.
Well, here's
Kinda
the
shame,
problem.
but-
Here's the problem with that. Ice types are already a very powerful offensive type.
Very
I
true.
could talk about this shit for all fucking day, dude. Like, fight me. The thing
Well, I'll
about
tell you
ice
what.
type, the thing that makes it so good is it has one type that it's not like very effective against, and I think that's steel. and everything else it does at minimum neutral damage.
Yeah.
Neutral damage to everything except for a single two and itself. So 2 types. Oh no.
The only problem with that is that a lot of people prepare.
Failsafe for
Yeah.
ice type, you're going to get your ass kicked by an ice type.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same argument against dragons. I mean,
Yeah.
dragons had probably one of the most broken type advantages for a while until, like, Fairy came out.
Well, Fairy came out specifically, like, mechanically speaking, Fairy exists solely to, like, slow down Dragon.
Yeah.
We're kind of running on time, but I will say this. I think we definitely need to come back to this in another episode.
Oh, we
Because
will.
I think, like,
I mean, we don't
there's,
have a choice. There's too much at stake.
I'm calling this right now. I think we should make a part 2 for Pokemon.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm down for a part 2, 3, and 50.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah.
150.
Okay, alright.
150 episodes, Morty. But alright. So, we brought up some really cool team ideas. I think a electric ground type team would be crazy.
Yeah.
I would really like to see the sleep team enacted.
I think I'm gonna start up a new file in Sun and Moon, in my Moon game, and just play that because my roommate has the Switch while he's deployed. So
Yeah.
I think I'll just do Sun and Moon and test it out, and I'll run it by you.
Cool. Yeah, let me know.
Definitely let us know if that, how well it is.
And
or
speaking
how
of-
ineffective it is.
Speaking of letting us know, let us know in the comments, please, any cool theme teams you guys have thought of. Please, we promise we won't steal your ideas, but we
And
would
claim it's
really,
ours.
yeah, but we would really like to see what you guys came up with. I personally am always looking for a new theme team to try out, because now that there's like almost 1,000 Pokemon, it's like the possibilities are, I wouldn't say endless, but they are quite plentiful. So
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot
Yeah.
of potential.
there's a lot. So let us know. Once again, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode of the Forsaken Broadcast. And we look forward to talking with you guys again. Good night.